You know, as a state, all of us who heard the news of Governor Hogan battling cancer were shocked. Those in our state capital were also reeling after the news of its most prominent neighbor now dealing with cancer.
Well, ABC 2 News' Don Harrison went to one of the most popular spots in Annapolis today where our politicians hang out and even talked with former Governor Bob Ehrlich, who has little perspective on the fight ahead for Governor Hogan.
If you're looking for a politician in Annapolis, the best place to look besides the State House is Chicken Ruth's Deli. As a matter of fact, the last 8 governors have enjoyed a meal here at their own table nonetheless. The news of Governor Hogan's battle with cancer is news no other governor has had to deal with of this severity. Ted Levitt, the owner of Chicken Ruth's.
Hopefully it's just going to be news, and that'll be where it ends. They'll fix him up and get him healed up, and it'll be fine, hopefully.
Previous governors and prominent people have meals named after them in Annapolis's most popular deli. Governor Hogan has 2 meals to his credit: a cheesesteak sub called Hogan's Hero, and a soup that is a mix of vegetable crab soup and cream of crab soup. It has an appropriate moniker of Hogan's Bipartisan Soup. They work together. Larry Moore has lived in Annapolis for almost 40 years.
I've never heard of anything like this before. It's a sad day, but I'm sure it'll be okay, and you'll probably come out okay.
Being governor is a tough job. It just is.
Former Governor Bob Ehrlich has been a close friend of Governor Hogan for 30 years. As a former governor, Ehrlich is the one man who knows the challenges ahead of Governor Hogan.
Come later summer, obviously fall, preparing for session becomes more intense with the budget cycle and all that. But for right now, this is the time that he can do it, and he will do it. Obviously, it's his health. It's the most important thing. But it is also the least onerous time of the year.
It's not going to be an easy thing.
So you have veteran staff, you have experienced staff, you have a staff that knows him very well. And so the sense of continuity is very strong, and that's going to hold us in good stead as a state over the coming months.
A staff and state pulling for the governor. In Annapolis, Don Harrison, ABC 2 News.
I'm not criticizing those 2 items, but I am criticizing 10.
And we're going to be seeing a lot more of this man, Boyd Rutherford. These next couple of months, he's going to be stepping up as the governor gets his aggressive treatment taken care of. And it was a few years back when Governor Paris Glendening underwent surgery to remove melanoma from his scalp, and he had to transfer power to then Lieutenant Governor Kathleen Kennedy Townsend. There has been no transfer of power from Hogan to Rutherford. And Governor Hogan's very public revelation about his advanced aggressive cancer struck a nerve with a woman who faced that same diagnosis some 16 years ago.
ABC 2 News' Jeff Hager spoke with the survivor today, and he joins us with more on her story tonight. Jeff?
Kelly, her name is Chartice Burnett, and she was just 38 years old, living in Bowie with a young child when doctors told her she had stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. She had developed a deep cough, but any hope that Chartice Burnett had that antibiotics would knock it out died when she learned she had a massive tumor in her chest, and it would prove to be malignant. Her first concern was for her 5-year-old daughter.
I thought about buying a tape recorder, a cassette tape to share with her my thoughts on being her mom and how much I loved her, because I didn't think I was going to be here. But something told me not to buy that cassette recorder, to go in and get the biopsy on Monday, and then to just fight it, whatever it was. If it was cancer, it was going to be what it was going to be. But something just, there was like this paradigm shift in the Rite Aid in Bowie, Maryland, and I didn't buy that cassette recorder.
Chartice's diagnosis was followed by 6 months of chemotherapy and then a clean bill of health. She now carries a message of hope for Governor Hogan more than 16 years after her own successful battle with the cancer.
Certainly with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, we've seen that the survival rates these days are now almost 80%, or over 80% actually. So I say, you know, if I could say to the governor or to anyone who's diagnosed with a blood cancer specifically, is that it's not a death sentence, and that to try to have some normalcy in your life, to have faith, to fight this. And as I said, you know, to someone the other day, you know, I know that with the governor, he's used to fighting, he's used to battling, and he's used to winning. So in his political career, he knows what that's all about. And I would just like to say to him to do that, to fight this with all the vigor and all the vigilance that he has.
Chartice began volunteering with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society after she beat the cancer, and she now serves as the Senior Director of National Sponsorships and is quite an inspiration for its national chapter in Washington, D.C. Jeff Hager, ABC 2 News.